Hey besties, welcome back. Tonight, I have a chilling tale for you. One so dark and twisted. It will make you question every gift you receive from people. A gift so evil, it destroyed everything. It looked so innocent, beautiful and elegant, and perfect. But the moment it was unwrapped, darkness followed. The person who received it had no idea it was cursed. Cursed by the very person they trusted. What started as a celebration turned into a nightmare. Their life crumbled piece by piece. And the gifter was watching and smiling in the shadows. This is going to be intense. You are not ready for the story. Let's dive in if you are brave enough. Get ready. Adana, a beautiful, kind, and hardworking lady who lived in Abuja. She is a kind of woman who leaves a long-lasting impression on everyone she meets. Her beauty was undeniable. She has a genuine smile that could light up the darkest room. But her beauty was more than skin deep. She had a heart of gold and a kindness that set her apart. She was the type of person who would listen to your problems without judgment and go out of her ways to help, even when it wasn't convenient for her. Her colleagues and friends adored her. She makes everyone feel seen, heard, and valued. Adana wasn't just beautiful. She is the kind of woman who leaves you wondering how someone could be so perfect, so calm and good. Yet, as life would prove, even the brightest souls can attract the darkest shadows. Adana has a best friend called Neca. They were inseparable. They were the kind of friends people call soul sisters. People envied their friendship. They met during their first year at the University of Abuja. Both were ambitious young ladies, full of dreams and determination, despite the challenges of life in Nigeria. When Neca struggled to pay her school fees, it was Adana who offered her savings. She would always tell her, "Don't worry about it," Adana said, smiling. "You will pay me back when you are a billionaire," she said jokingly. "I don't know what I would do without you," Neca would often say to Adana. And she meant it. Adana had always been there for her. When Neca's parents' financial situation worsened, leaving her unable to rent a place after school, Adana welcomed her into her modest apartment. The tiny space was cramped, but Adana didn't care. "You were my sister," Adana often reminded her. "Your problems are my problems." Adana's support wasn't just emotional or financial, it was constant. Neca admired her friend's ability to navigate life so easily. While Adana flourished academically, socially, and later, professionally, Neca struggled to find her footing. But Adana was taking her along in every of her steps. But admiration slowly morphed into envy. Adana's generosity began to stink for Neca. Adana would always find jobs opportunities for Neca. Adana got a job at a prestigious marketing firm, where her creativity and charisma quickly earned her recognition. Neca, however, hopped from one job to another, unable to find one. Adana also continued to support her, lending her money for her job interviews and covering her bills. And one day, she gave Neca money to start up a business, selling fabrics, since she couldn't secure a job. "You will make it," Adana will always tell her. "We will both make it." Few months later, it was Adana's 30th birthday. The birthday party was a grand affair hosted in her apartment, but was attended by her closest friends, family, and of course, her boyfriend Chike. Chike was everything Adana had prayed for. Kind, hardworking, and deeply in love with her. They had been dating for 5 years. She would often tease him about them getting married one day. She secretly prayed and hoped it would happen one day. The evening began with laughter, music, and food. Adana's friends presented her with gifts. A pair of designer shoes, beautiful dresses, new phones, and wigs. Each gift brought smile and cheers. As the gift was brought out, Chike clicked the glass for attention. He said, "Before we cut the cake, I have something to say." The room fell silent. "Adana, you've been my rock, my partner, and greatest blessings. I can't imagine my life without you. So, on this special day, I want to ask you." He got down on one knee, holding out a small velvet box with a beautiful diamond ring inside it. He said, "Will you marry me?" The room erupted in cheers, as Adana's tears streaming down her face. She nodded and said, "Yes, yes, yes, I will marry you." He slipped the ring on her finger, and they both hugged. It was a moment of pure joy, but on the corner of the room was a Neca smile, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. She clapped along with everybody. When it was Neca's turn to present her gift, she stepped forward with a smile that hid her true intentions. "Adana, I thought long and hard about what to give you," she said, holding out a box wrapped in a gold paper. "This is something unique, just like you. It's one of a kind." Adana took it and unwrapped the gift to reveal a mirror. Its beauty took her breath away. It has a golden frame, glimmered in the light. The glass shimmered unnaturally, almost alive. "It's beautiful," Adama said, holding it up. "Just be careful with it," Neca said, her smile tight. "It is a special mirror from me to you." Neca watched as Adana admired the mirror, unaware that her greatest betrayal just began. Adana and Chike's engagements brought her even more happiness and excitement. She began making wedding plans. Her colleagues at work were happy for her. Adana will always admire herself in that mirror. At first, the mirror seemed harmless. Adana placed it on her dressing table, enjoying how it made her reflection look flawless. But as days passed by, something shifted. Whenever she looked into the mirror, she felt different. Her features seemed enhanced. Her flaws smoothed away. It was intoxicating. The mirror began to take hold of her. She couldn't explain if she felt drawn to it in ways she never had with any other thing she had. She felt the mirror see her in ways no one else could. "You are so beautiful," she whispered to her reflection. She began carrying the mirror with her everywhere. At first, Chike found it amusing. "My fiancé is a little obsessed with her beauty," he joked. But as the obsession grew, he became concerned. "Adana, you're always staring at that mirror," he said one evening. "Is everything okay?" "I am fine, Chike," she snapped. Can't a woman admire herself without being questioned? But she wasn't fine. The more she gazed into the mirror, the more isolated she became. Her work started to suffer as she spent hours lost in its reflection. She started missing deadlines, meetings, deals, ignoring emails, and even coming to work late. Her boss, Mr. Adeyemi, who had once called her the fame's brightest star, was worried, and he called her one day at the office and said to her, "Adana, what's wrong with you? These days you need to get it together. This isn't like you." But it was though Adana couldn't hear him. Even her colleagues were worried, speculating about what had caused the dramatic change in her life. One day, the boss became fed up of her nonchalant attitude and he fired her. Adana felt nothing but numbness after she was fired. The downward spiral continued. Adana began to notice strange occurrences around her apartment. Shadows moved in the corners of her vision, and whispers seemed to emanate from the mirror late at night.
Adana, Adana, tell me all your secrets.
Adana would bolt upright, her heart racing, but the room was empty. The whispers grew louder. Adana found herself sitting before the mirror for hours, speaking aloud her fears, her insecurities, her plans, and her hope. She began to have vivid nightmares of being trapped inside the mirror, her reflection laughing at her as she pounded on the glass. She ghosted Chike, stopped picking his calls, and Chike tried everything possible to reach her. One day, he came to her apartment to talk things out with her, but she was just focused at the mirror. Chike finally gave her an ultimatum. Adana, what's wrong with you? It's either me or this mirror. I can't take this anymore. Adana looked at him with anger and replied, Then leave. Leave, Chike, she snapped, her voice cold and unfamiliar. Chike looked at her shocked and quietly left. This continued for a few weeks. Adana's apartment became a prison. She stopped answering calls, stopped caring. The mirror was her only companion. Its whispers grew louder, its pulls stronger. One afternoon, Tolu, one of her childhood friends that had always warned her about Neca, barged into her apartment when she couldn't reach her for weeks. She has Adana's spare key. The sight of Adana shocked her. Her once vibrant friend was now looking pale, dull, and looking lifeless. Adana, what happened to you? Tolu demanded, so angry and shocked. Nothing happened to me, Adana said, as she held the mirror tight in her hands. Tolu, sensing something was terribly wrong, snatched the mirror from her hands. This was the gift from your friend in Neca, right? On your birthday. This thing is evil. You can't be using this. Give it back, Adana screamed. The boy started struggling to collect the mirror. In the struggle from the both of them, the mirror slipped from Tolu's hands and shattered on the floor. The moment it broke, a loud scream filled the room. They both stood shocked and scared. Suddenly, an image appeared on the mirror. They saw Neca chanting some unknown words over the mirror and wrapping it as a gift, and it vanished immediately. Tolu looked at Neca with shock and said, Ada, what just happened? Did you see what I just saw? Adana nodded, still looking shocked. Tolu and Adana immediately decided to confront Neca the next day. The next day, Ada and Tolu prepared to go confront Neca. On their way to Neca's house, Tolu said to Adana, Ada, I warned you so much about her. I warned you, but you never listened to me. You trusted her so much with your life. Have you seen what she did to you? Come to think of it, have she ever visited or called you since you became sick? Have she? Adana looked at her friend Tolu and thought of it and said to her, I'm still thinking of this. No, she never visited me nor called me. She just ghosted me like I was never her friend. Adana and Tolu's anger boiled even more. When they got to Neca's house, Ada confronted Neca angrily and said to her, Neca, why will you do this to me? You gave me an evil cursed mirror as a gift. And since then, my life turned upside down. And yours is going well. What have I ever did to you, Neca? Neca, who at first denied everything, but under Ada and Tolu's rage, she finally confessed. Adana, okay, I'm sorry. I was just jealous. I couldn't stand being in your shadow anymore. You had everything going on well for you. Success, love, happiness. And I had nothing. Everything was just so perfect for you. I had to do something. That mirror was meant to monitor all your moves. Through that mirror, it was supposed to take everything away from you and give it to me. I was supposed to know every of your move. I'm sorry. It was greed. It was the devil. Adana was so heartbroken. She had given everything to this friendship only to be betrayed. I trusted you. I helped you. I sacrificed my time and life for you. I did everything for you. Sometimes I displease myself just to please you. And this is how you repay me, Neca. Don't ever come close to me in your miserable life again. You are wicked. You are a devil. You are evil. It's over. You are just a stranger to me. She left with Tolu angrily, with so much pain in her heart. The next day, Tolu took Adana to her pastor. The pastor prayed for Adana and broke the spiritual ties she had with the mirror. She was disconnected from it spiritually. Slowly, her life began to turn around. She got a new job, reconnected with Chike, and began planning her wedding again. Things were perfect for her again. She got her life back, but she was closer to God this time, always praying, and was grateful to God for using Tolu to save her. She was also grateful to Tolu, her friend. Neca, on the other hand, lost everything. Her business failed. Her relationship crumbled. She was haunted by nightmares and guilt. She couldn't sleep. She became pale and weak. One day, she came to Adana, begging and pleading for forgiveness. Adana said to her, I forgive you though, even though we know we can never be friends again in this life. Please just carry your negative and bad energy away from me. Adana emerged stronger. Her faith in God was unshaken. The shattered mirror was buried somewhere far away by the pastor, never to harm anyone again. Adana became so careful on how she collects gifts from people and mindful of the people she lets in her life. And her life became so peaceful, successful, and healthy again. Morals of the story. We all should be careful on how we collect gifts from people and be mindful of the kinds of gifts we receive and keep in our homes. If possible, pray over every single gift you receive from people. Envy and jealousy can corrupt even the closest of relationships. Be careful of those you trust, and not everyone who calls themselves your friends has your best interest at heart. Pray for discernment spirit. Prayers and faith will always overcome evil. Let us cherish genuine relationships. True friends and loved ones are irreplaceable. And also, let go of toxic relationships or friendships. The evil mirror in the story represents how outward beauty or charm can hide dangerous intentions. We should always try and look beyond appearances. We have come to the end of this story. Thank you so much, guys, for staying till the end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Please, if you do, drop a comment in the comment section. I love reading all your comments. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment, and also share this video to your friends. Turn on your notification buttons for more new video like this. See you guys next time. Bye.